The Boy from Bogburn Lane is the biography of Les Edwards, as told to Lynette Sloan. It begins with the overview of his 1950s childhood in rural Lancashire. Les's parents were poor, but his father was a hard worker and provided well for the 11 children, who slept 4 or 5 in a bed. The book tells of a family bound together with love, until one day they are split apart due to the continual struggle by their father to stay in gainful employment. These early years deeply contrast with the next 20 or so years of Les's life. He becomes a member of one of the most ruthless gangs of 1960s London. As a consequence of his dealings, he spends time in various prisons and remand centres, where he receives vicious beatings from numerous prison officers. Soon after his release from Norwich prison, whilst totally disillusioned by all he has experienced, he drops out of society to become a tramp. The next 5 years are spent living on the streets, each day a struggle to survive. At times, he trudges the highways, having not eaten for a week. He exists in the soaking wet and the biting cold, sleeping in doorways and under hedges. In desperation, one night at 2 a.m, he throws a brick at a jeweller's window, hoping to grab something he can sell for a few pounds. Unfortunately for Les, the window is constructed of toughened glass. The brick rebounds and strikes him on the forehead. He becomes an alcoholic. This is the only way to block out the cold on the long winter nights. In some towns and cities, he finds the usual tramp's corner, where the homeless huddle around campfires to keep warm. Summer months produce easier times, and sometimes even humour can be found, such as the time when Les and another tramp tried to catch a duck in a dirty blanket. If he needs new clothing, garden hopping is always an option. Clean clothes can be found on washing lines. Street people, once loved and cherished, often face contempt and rejection from society and even from parts of the church. After 5 years living on the streets, his health is failing, and only later does he realise how near to death he has been. Les is finally taken in by a family whose love and care help him become a reformed character. Eventually, he finds faith in God. He goes to Bible college and becomes a church minister. The Boy from Bogburn Lane is one of the most honest accounts of someone's life that you will ever read. It is the story of a young man whose life almost slips from his grasp, often through no fault of his own, yet he never blames or accuses.